Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. You're on the Inspection Connection.
Where every home tells a story.
Hey, Ted, it's good to see you again. So glad we could do this. I know we're both very busy, but I'm looking forward to having a good chat today about pre-listing inspections. So, I just think in this market right now, it's a buyer's market, and there's obviously a real need for pre-listing inspections.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of sellers don't realize the issues their home may have until a buyer's inspection points it out.
Absolutely. Great point. Unless the seller and the agent have decided to price the home based on needed maintenance and repairs, those repairs and or maintenance items have to be priced out with vendors and scheduled, slowing the home sale process to a crawl.
Exactly, Bobby. I mean, a pre-listing inspection is basically giving the seller a view into the issues before the listing goes live. So there's ample time for them to decide what contractors they want to go with for the needed repairs or maintenance before a buyer even walks into the home.
Yep, that's for sure. Well, some issues are small, like a leaky faucet or a door that won't close properly, but others, they can stop a deal cold since they're in a buyer's inspection report.
And that's the last thing a seller wants is surprises during the negotiations.
Yep, absolutely. So, Ted, let's talk a little bit about the types of issues that we find in general in home inspections and certainly may find in a pre-listing inspection.
A moisture intrusion, that's a major issue. I mean, attic leaks around plumbing vents or roof stacks are common. Condensation on ducts or insulation creates mold that can affect air quality and also cause health issues.
Great point. Also regarding the attic, it's a fairly common issue to see electrical challenges, such as unprotected or open junction boxes or outlets. They're usually out of sight in an attic, but an electrical fire hazard nonetheless.
And crawl spaces with no vapor barrier, there's definitely going to be high humidity, falling insulation, pests, termites, and even condensation and moisture intrusion into the subfloor of the home and the foundation, which can present real problems if not detected and corrected.
Oh, yes. I definitely agreed on that. Regarding HVAC systems, they can have hidden problems too, like dirty coils, rusty drain pans, leaky ducts, and faulty thermostats. A system that's not been very well maintained, in most cases, will have its life expectancy reduced and eventually become a real drain on monthly utility bills if not detected and corrected.
Yeah, and how about plumbing issues? Those surprise sellers, you got leaks under the sink, loose fixtures, reversed hot and cold lines. I've seen toilets that are loosely mounted and just waiting to flood the bathroom floor.
Yep, same here. Back to the electrical, I run into improperly wired electrical outlets that are an electrical safety hazard. And even a lack of functioning GFCI outlets in the kitchen and bathrooms, those are also an electrical shock hazard. We sometimes even find non-GFCI exterior outlets on the home, and those are also a shock hazard.
Yeah, and windows and doors are another thing. If they don't close or lock properly, that's a safety hazard.
Yep. Talking about flooring, almost every home has either carpeting or some type of flooring, wooden floor, LVP, or some sort of composite or tile. So, regardless of what material it's made out of, it can be worn or damaged and create a trip hazard, which many are visible. So I also run into occasionally unlevel flooring and damaged floor transitions between rooms, and those are also a trip hazard.
Yep.
So, Ted, let's talk just real quick here about the pre-enlisting inspection payoff. To me, the big takeaway is having a pre-listing inspection. It gets the sellers the opportunity to learn the issues that exist and have them fixed before the listing goes live and before a buyer has an opportunity to have the home inspected and ultimately present a list of repairs from an inspection report.
Yeah, I mean, again, instead of the seller having to scramble for last minute repairs after the listing is live, they'd have time to get the right contractors in, get the work done right, and it would shorten the sale process by having that pre-listing.
Absolutely. You know, to me, it also makes the home more marketable. Buyers love seeing a seller that's already invested in a pre-listing inspection with noted maintenance and or repairs completed.
Yeah, transparency builds trust between the buyer and seller, which helps strengthen the sale process, help in negotiations, and get you the right price.
Yeah. Well, to me, I guess the way to look at this is, so if you're selling, don't wait for the buyer's inspector to hand you a list of problems for correction.
No, get ahead with a pre-listing inspection. It's going to save time and money.
Absolutely. Sellers and their agents should really think of this as insurance for peace of mind and a smoother sale.
Absolutely.
Well, Ted, this has been great. I know we haven't had a lot of time to talk lately, but I'm glad we did this. And folks, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back again next week with another episode of The Inspection Connection,
Where every home tells a story.